fellow Toastmasters and guests. Has anybody heard about ChatGPT? Good, quite a few. Today I'll be talking about, for the next 5 to 7 minutes, about AI in general. My goal is to introduce the topic and with the role that you and I play in advancing the AI and making sure that whatever we build is for everybody, unbiased and safe. So let's get started. Going too fast. I believe that the future is where humans and AI are working together. Whether we like it or not, the AI is here to stay. So we need to learn to use it for our benefit. There are plenty of benefits of AI, but there are also some potential concerns. So what role you and I can play in making sure that the benefits outweigh the potential concerns? Before I talk about AI, I want to introduce a little bit about myself and my background. After I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I started working in the automotive industry, mostly in the advanced driving assistance feature development space. And I also started working on my PhD, and my PhD journey has taken me on a very interesting route, which is mostly focused in AI, more specifically in natural language processing, which is what I want to introduce today. So what is AI? It's an ambiguous term because currently this term is used as a catch-all for anything that is smart enough to interact, to make decisions. That's what we call AI. But there are several subfields within this broad field. The big one is machine learning. Machine learning, as the name suggests, is a technique where we give a lot of data to the machine or to models, that's what we call it, and we let the models learn from the data and make sense of it. So simple models are such as clustering. So you give a bunch of data and it's able to learn which data belong together. So it's just a clustering model. So this has been around for a very long time. And then now we are in the age of deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning. The way it's different from machine learning is that it introduces more sophisticated models for training machine learning for training machine learning systems. And the models that deep learning is based on are called artificial neural networks. The idea behind these is that at least that's our goal, that we want them to learn the way our brain works. So that's the goal, motivation behind artificial neural networks. Now, machine learning and deep learning are techniques to train a machine. But depending upon what we are training, there are other subfields. So if we are using machine learning or deep learning to process videos or images for things such as object detection, that is called computer vision. If we are using machine learning or deep learning to process text or speech, which is natural language, then this is called natural language processing. Then we have recommender systems. We have all interacted with them. So when we open our YouTube app or we open Netflix, it gives us recommendations of videos we should watch and movies we should watch. Those are recommender systems. Then a popular term these days is generative AI. Generative AI is where the AI has learned from a lot of data. Now it's able to generate new images, new text, new speech that does not exist before. So that's generative AI. That's just a brief background of all the different subfields within the big umbrella artificial intelligence. Now, you might ask, why is it important for me to learn what AI is? It's important because it's in our daily lives, and we interact with AI applications on a daily basis, whether we know it or don't. Some of the applications that we use are things like translation systems. So when we go on a trip, we use Google Translate. Things like when we write an email, it gives us suggestions to complete a sentence. Or if we make a grammar mistake, it gives us suggestions to correct it. That's AI. And then we have things like Alexa, Siri, Google, where we can do conversation, which is called conversational AI. So these are all applications of AI, but specifically these are applications of natural language processing, because the model is processing the natural language, text or speech that we humans talk in. Now, there are several benefits. Before I go there, I want to mention ChatGPT because this is in news a lot, so it's important to understand what this is. ChatGPT is a deep learning model, and it's an example of generative AI, which allows us to interact. So we give a question, and then it will print a response, and then we can give further question, gives a response. So it's an interactive AI model, and it was released by a company called OpenAI last year. Let me give you an example. So I asked this ChatGPT, what makes the Birmingham Toastmasters Club stand out?
Oh, man.
And this is the text it generated. It says unique meetings, specialized programs, mentorship, guest speakers. It might sound generic, but it's really impressive that this text is generated by the model. It does not exist on the web. So that's how powerful these models are. If you want to know how putting a question in the ChatGPT differs from putting it in the search bar, you should try this, putting the same question in your phone when you go home in the Google and see what results you get. You might get something like this. So you will get a bunch of links with some information, and the difference is that whatever information is in these links is already there. It's not generated in real time. So that's the big difference. Now, there are several benefits of AI because, after all, it's just a technology. It depends how we use it. And I personally, my research is focused on using AI to build translation systems so that we break language barriers between communities and we're able to communicate even if we don't speak the same language. Given all these benefits of AI, there are obviously potential risks. The big ones are privacy. In order to train these models, they need data. Without data, there is no AI, there is no machine learning. So they do need data. And the data that it needs has to be diverse, because if we don't do that, then what we get is biased models based on whatever data they're fed. So they need data, but it's important that whoever is building these models need to make sure that the data that we give is secure, it's private. The third risk is we don't have real regulations as to what applications we can build with AI. So as I said before, AI is just a technology. It depends how we use it. So I don't fear that AI itself is harmful. It's just we have to make sure the people who are using it use it in an ethical manner so that it's safe and not biased. How can everybody in this room help to make sure that we build AI systems that are inclusive and are for everybody? This is where each one of you can help. I encourage each one of you to participate in these AIs. For example, if you have conversational AIs or ChatGPT, interact with them, because your voice matters. If you sit on the sidelines, then your opinion would not be counted. And that means whatever AI models we're building, because they are going to be here, so we need to accept that fact. So we need to participate so that our voices are heard. And then if you see something that is not good, for example, there's a bias, you should speak up because your voice at this time really matters. Finally, if you are a person who builds apps, or you're a software developer, please use it in an ethical way because we want it to be, we want to have the benefits of AI without running into potential risks that are out there. Therefore, I encourage you to not sit on the sidelines and let's build the future together and build these AI systems that are for everybody. Mr. Toastmaster.